Alright, this video is going to show you how to do the single tenant research, phone number research. So you're going to want to have these tabs open: Google Maps, realquest, peospectnow, bizapedia, accurate. Obviously we'll provide you with all the logins. So let's get started. Open up our spreadsheet that we will give you with the list. You're going to want to do state, go by state first. So do all of, say, Florida first before you move on to another state. It'll be a lot easier that way. So first step is to take the address. So let's see, let's start with 478. I'll delete that, it's just for the purpose of showing you guys. So you're going to want to hold shift, copy all of the necessary address info, and then you're going to want to paste it into Google Maps. So here's what we're going to do: paste it into Google Maps, click search, then it'll locate the property. Now it puts the marker in the middle of the road. A lot of times this will happen, so you're going to have to search for the building manually. You'll get used to what the tenant looks like, because a lot of tenants use the same build style. For instance, this one we're looking up AutoZone locations. It's an automotive franchise, for those of you who don't know. And a lot of the buildings look like this. They have this distinct, they're rectangular or they're square, and they have a distinct point in one of the corners. So I know for a fact that this is AutoZone. If I didn't, I would take the human and go on street view like that. Make sure they're pointed the right direction. In this case, it's pointing towards the street, so I'm just going to turn. So you can just like this, turn around, and I see that that's AutoZone, right? That's how you can always verify. So now that we have located it, and we know that it is in fact a single freestanding building, because that's what we want. If they're in a shopping center, skip it. Just write down, make a note on that row. Just multi-tenant, skip or whatever. Because we're not concerned with that. We want single tenant only. So I see that. That's great. I'm going to go into realquest. I'm going to copy the address. I'm going to go into realquest. I'm going to paste it. Obviously, I just did this, so I'll do it again. Paste it. Search. And then it'll find the parcel number. We always have to verify the right parcel to get the owner info. So right now it's on a normal map view. So you're going to want to put it to automatic, which is pretty much like satellite view, so you can see. Here we can see that it marks this one as parcel. It's the same parcel. How would you know? You can verify the street names that it borders, right? So you can see on here that it's Northwest 13th and 9th place, right? So you look here, 9th and 13th right here. So we know it's the same parcel. You click on it, you see it's just a single tenant. Great. Owner, Sunrise Income LLC. I just want to copy that, put it into the spreadsheet so we know. Then we're going to go in and we have to find the owner information. So we're going to go into peospectnow, search properties. It's going to open up. Let me make sure I have the correct address. Copy, I'm going to paste it in here, click search. Now this time it found it, Sunrise Income LLC, we're good. A lot of times it won't find it and it'll say, here are similar items or properties that match, right? So since we already know the name of the owner company because we saw it in realquest, we can just look for it in the list and click on it. But in this case it's already here, so it's great. We can just click on owner, click on the entity name, which is Sunrise Income LLC. It's going to open up in a second. Okay, so we see that they're in Arden, North Carolina, right? And then we see right here it lists the LLC, people on the LLC. Now a lot of the times it's not as easy as this. It won't list anything here, in which case I'll show you how to do it. So right here we have two names, right? We have a partner and we have agent. Agent is the person who registered the LLC. A lot of times it's a third-party company that does it, so we're not interested with them. We want the partner's name. So in this case it's Kara L. Turner. So that's the person we would look up. But let's just say this information wasn't here. What would we do? We would go to bizapedia, click company search, and then we would type in the name of the entity, which is Sunrise Income LLC. So I would type in Sunrise Income LLC, then you get a list of entities, right? So this one Arden. So we see it's in the same spot. So we filed in Florida. Great. Now once it opens, we can see that the manager is Kara L. Turner, which is great. So we looked that up. Now sometimes there'll be a couple different names. You're gonna want to take the president. If there are a bunch of managers, what I like to do is take the most unique name. So if it's William Smith, you don't want to take that because there's going to be a lot of William Smiths. So if it's something like Kara Turner and it lists a middle initial, even better. So I would just take that name and just note the city and state of the address right here. So then we're going to take that, go into Accurate to type it all in. So then we go up here, we type in Kara L. Turner, Arden, North Carolina. I don't type in the whole address because oftentimes people move, right? So it would list a different address. So I just like to do the state and the city. If I don't find them at a city level, I'm just going to do state level, right? So I'll just take away Arden and just search North Carolina. For the purpose of this presentation, I've already clicked search, so I just kept it open. This is what came up, right? You can see 51, it's the same person, Kara L. Turner, Kara Lynn Turner. So you can deduce that her middle name is Lynn. 51, that's around the appropriate age when you're not going to look at someone who's in their 20s because they most likely don't own an investment property like this. So you're going to look at here, you see it says April 13th, that's current, this is current. So for the sake of this, you would take all these numbers, right? This happens to be the same one as this, so I'll just take these two. And that would be, sorry, click on that, highlight it, copy it, put it in the spreadsheet that we made, put it right there. Then I'm going to take the second one, I'm going to put it in. Just put it in here. I don't know why I'm doing that, but great. Okay, so we have two numbers. That's all we need. And then obviously you want to put the name of the lady right here, or the owner's name. So Kara, middle initial, just so I can go back and reference it. And then Turner. And then I would like to have her address, which is even better. And I would just paste in there. Obviously we can separate it into the right columns, city and state, whatever, but for the purpose of this, I'm just going to leave it as is. So that's basically one listing that's done. So let's do one more. We'll do this line item 479. Okay, so we take the address, we scan, so hold shift, go across, copy, paste it into Google Maps, and it'll find location. Hopefully, let's see. Sometimes it won't be able to find it, so you can just type in the name of the tenant. So, for instance, I would just type in AutoZone, and it'll pull it up right here in Google Maps. So 1237, we know it's the same one, and it puts an A on it where it is, which is great. So originally it had put it right here. Now we know AutoZone's right there. I can zoom in, verify, and that looks like it's in a shopping center, right? So this is the one that we don't want. But just to verify that it is in fact in there, we can put the street view down. Obviously we don't want between the trees, so I'll put it right there. It's taking a while to load. Okay. There we go. See, I can see auto. You can zoom in. You can see that it's an AutoZone and it's inside a shopping center. That's not what we want. So I would literally go right here and type in empty for multi-tenant. You can just do empty, right? So just skip it. You don't have to worry about the addresses. So that's pretty much how you search for ownership data and finding the phone number. Obviously, that was an easy one. Sometimes you won't be able to find their data. In that case, don't spend too much time on it. Just skip. And you could also use the Secretary of State site instead of Bizapedia. I just like to use Bizapedia. Each state has their own Secretary of State site, so all you would type in is Secretary of State, obviously abbreviated, and then you type in, let's say, Florida, and then business search. A lot of times it already comes up. Click it, and then most likely the first link will be it. And you can search entity names within there. But a lot of times it will give you the registered agent, not the owner. So you're going to want to double check. If you have any questions, obviously email us. We're more than happy to help you with that. Bye for now.